What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, I promise I'm going to wrap up the Deion Sanders, Colorado, Jackson State conversation pretty soon, but more is coming out within this story that has me needing to produce more content, and I want to elaborate on certain things that I saw, so on and so forth. So I'm not going to lie, y'all. I had no problem with Coach Deion Primetime Sanders accepting the coaching job at Colorado. They paid their brother handsomely. $5 million per year, and with the incentives, it can be around $7 million per year, right? So I'm never expecting a black man to do something that I wouldn't do, right? Because if they offer me that money, and me coming from where I'm coming from, I got to take that money. I got to do what I got to do to feed my family, take care of my coaching staff, and to make sure, hey, we're in the best position to be prosperous, right? I have to do that. So I ain't mad. Get your money, black man. Get your money. But the way Deion Sanders is on Instagram flexing his decision to go to Colorado before the kids can even play in a Celebration Bowl, the kids at Jackson State can play in a Celebration Bowl, that is wild. The brother is on his Instagram posting him coming off the private jet, getting the Colorado gear, coming off the plane with his suitcase and his luggage, with his shades on, and I'm like, bro, this is wild. Not him flexing him accepting a job opportunity on Instagram before the kids even like this is the thing. I think he could have waited until after the Celebration Bowl is played that Jackson State is playing in. He could have waited to after the Celebration Bowl to post all the pomp and circumstance, right? I have no problem with the pomp and circumstance, but I think the timing is what I'm turned off by, right? That's what got me like, I don't like that part of it, right? Because Jackson State's season hasn't ended yet. It hasn't ended. But the brother is on Instagram flexing with the Colorado gear. He's shaking hands, kissing babies, coming off the plane, looking fly, debonair, trying to fly and be icy and stun on these folks on Instagram. I'm like, bro, that is distasteful to me. That is distasteful. I feel like this. Get through the bowl game with your current players who just won the SWAC title, and then after that, you can rep the Colorado Buffs to the fullest. You can rep the Colorado Buffaloes to the fullest after that. You can do it after that, man. But wait, I feel like get through your Celebration Bowl with your current players. A lot of those players, are disappointed. They're hurt that Prime is leaving because they love that coach. They want to play for him. And the reality of it is he's not going to let everybody follow him to Colorado. So I thought he owed it to the children to wait until the season is all the way over with. Wait until the Celebration Bowl is over with before you start the pomp and circumstance and before you start your Colorado Buffalo rollout to coach the team. Because I'm like, bro, the man just coming off winning the SWAC title. He in Colorado already, looking fly, looking icy, coming off the plane, at night with the Colorado gear. I'm like, bro, this is a bit much. This is a bit much. Especially when, and I don't know how true it is, but they say he skipped out on the SWAC media session after the game. Now, again, all I saw was a picture of one representative of the SWAC, I believe, looking around, and there's empty seats around him on the Jackson State side of the game, specifically a seat for Coach Deion Primetime Sanders. He wasn't sitting around, nowhere to be found, and maybe it's because he didn't want to answer the questions to the media about his Colorado coaching job before he addressed the team. But it was just like, man, I don't know. But him just flexing and flaunting his decision before the deed is done, after some kids are heartbroken by your decision, doesn't sit well with me. Now, everybody's going to say, what's the big deal? Deion Primetime Sanders has always been about the pomp and circumstance. He's always been flashy. He's always had the bravado. He's always been very charismatic. He's always been, a showman to the highest degree. And it's fine to be a showman, right? It's fine to be a showman. But flexing and being a showman when kids are involved in your decision is a bit much for me. When it's kids that cannot come with you, that you're not going to take with you to your program because simply put, they feel they're probably not on Pac-12 level and you're not going to take them. I feel like you owe it to them kids, not to us, not to the fans, not to the HBCUs, but to your players, to your current players. Just ride it out with them. Celebrate winning a SWAC title with them to the fullest, right? Keep the Colorado Buffalo celebration. You getting a job, keep that till later. Keep the pomp and circumstance till later, to after your season is completed. But ride out the season with your team. Ride out. Y'all go to the Celebration Bowl. You get the celebration. Hopefully you get the Celebration Bowl victory. You celebrate that victory to the highest degree, to the heavens, with those players, because now they know, a lot of them players know they're never going to have the opportunity to play for Coach Deion Sanders again. And this was a hell of an experience for them. So don't throw it in their faces that you're going to somewhere else, right? Don't throw it in their faces like that, especially after you basically told them, some of y'all only swag good, not that good. Again, he told some of them in a post before he was getting off of the plane, you flexing with the must be the money. Before he was getting off of the plane, the post before that, he was talking to the kids and he telling a lot of them, do not go into the transfer portal. He's discouraging them from going into the transfer portal, right? Because he's telling them, basically, some of y'all swag good, not that good. And I'm like, damn, man, after you didn't put it to him like that, after you didn't gave it to him like that, bro, don't throw it in the kids' faces that you leaving just so soon, right? Of course, they know you leaving. But it's the flexing. The way that post was, how he hopping off that plane, flexing, I'm talking about to the highest degree, to the heavens. And again, we know that's always been his style. But when kids are involved in your decision and you telling a lot of them, hey, y'all not that good. Stay up in here. Stay here. Don't go nowhere else. Stay here, because this is where y'all good. This is as far as it goes, right? After you done told them that, and they be throwing it in their face, you hopping off the jet, getting the Colorado Buffalo gear, shaking hands and kissing babies. How you doing? Shaking all that. Yeah, that's a little much. And this is coming from a huge Deion Primetime Sanders fan. I'm a huge Deion Sanders fan. Again, I'm not mad at him from taking the bread. Brother, get your money. You got to, and he always talked about him having to pay his coaching staff around him. He has to pay those guys. He's made ample amount of money, but he got to pay the coaching staff, right? And that's what it is. But I feel that's a little bit much. And again, him telling the kids not to get into the transfer portal. There are plenty of people who feel like that's not okay. They don't ride with that, because he's allowed to go on the not greener pastures, because I don't want to act like Colorado is just this huge, it's heaven and Jackson State is hell. I never want to ever make that type of comparison at all. But after you go to a position where more money is offered, you going on to another position where you getting more money, or that you feel like it's better for you, and then you telling the kids don't go into the transfer portal. Some people feel some type of way about that. However, I have mixed feelings about that, because truthfully, to be honest, some kids will get eaten alive in that transfer portal, because so many kids are going into the transfer portal, and they might be left out of the bunch because some of them are not as skilled as some of the other players that's in the transfer portal, and they might just get lost in the sauce and go into a lesser opportunity. So I get them saying, hey, I would have dressed it up in a better way than that. But Deion, I'm paraphrasing, but he basically told them, hey, look, some of y'all got to stay here. Y'all stay here, do y'all thing. Y'all go get eaten alive, and hey, stay here. Stay here. A lot of y'all stay here. Y'all need to stay here. But the way it came across is that y'all swag good, not that good. And while that could be true, some of the players are not Pac-12 type level for sure. I do kind of understand people saying I don't think it's right for him to basically tell them they can't go nowhere, but he can go somewhere. But I also understand that some of them may actually get eaten alive in a transfer portal. Now, again, I talked about him. I'm not being mad about him taking the bread, because black man, you got to do what you got to do. What's best for you and your family and for your people. While Deion Sanders has made a ton of money, his coaching staff hasn't. So, I understand him hey, he's trying to look out. He's trying to look out for the best interests of the guys around him. But when he get in there and talking about in his speech to the team after the game, he's in there, he's talking what did he say? He basically in there and he telling them, it's not about the money. I'm a firm believer in, if you do the good deed, if you do the job the right way, if you go in doing your stuff the right way, I'm paraphrasing, the money gonna come if you do the stuff the right way. But it ain't about the money. Brother, it's all about the money. Because you're not gonna go to no damn Boulder, Colorado. Prime time. Super swag supreme. Prime time Deion Sanders is not gonna be in Boulder, Colorado. Not Boulder Crest in Georgia. Boulder, Colorado. He not going there unless a bag is attached to that. You know it and I know that. Colorado ain't had a winning season and God knows when, right? God knows when. They ain't had no type of no type of prosperity within their program in forever, ever, right? Sure, I wish I had pulled up how long, their history and the tradition of their program for a while. He ain't going there if it ain't about the bag. So don't act like it ain't about the money. It's about the bread, right? Because of course you're trying to go and get to a higher level, and Colorado happens to be the destination, but you went to Colorado of all the other schools that could have been your potential step up to the big time major program. You went to that program out of the other ones because they offered you the most bag, the biggest bag, the most money. Must be the money. That's what it was, right? So it ain't about the money. Nah. That ain't the deal. It was all about the bread. But again, him flexing his decision like this, hopping off the private jet, off the plane, it's a little much considering the Jackson State season is not over with at all. It's not over with yet, And then you got some people who feel like they were disappointed in Deion because Deion preached this whole thing about, his speech was about how he wants to equal the playing field with HBCUs. He want to make them telling the black kids they don't got to go to these big time programs to be in the NFL. They don't have to go to these big time programs to compete with these other schools and want to level the playing field and so on and so forth. So some people feel like, why talk like that if you're not going to stay, right? And some people might feel like he did his job. He brought a lot of awareness to HBCU football. He brought some resources as well, which he did, for sure. But I also understand some people feeling hurt by it because, like I said, HBCU athletics is not going to be covered the same way now that Deion Sanders is not there. ESPN and them would like you to believe they will be, but they won't. You'll go back to what it once was. Like Deion Sanders was the reason why College Game Day was at Jackson State. He's outside of somebody like maybe Chad Johnson or Terrell Owens, ain't nobody going to be able to come through there and coach like that and get everything just cracking and keep it bubbling and keep it vibrant and have all eyes and ears glued to an HBCU program. And we know T.O. and Chad ain't the most mature to be heading no football program at the time. So we know and love them dearly, but I ain't seeing them just heading no football program. Not them individuals. No, they're not the most mature to be doing that. No, not at all. And I love them brothers, but T.O. and Chad, no. But yeah, it's nobody can replicate the aura, the charisma, nobody can replicate none of that the way Deion Sanders does it. And a lot of the people at the HBCU programs and athletic programs and in football, not even just football, but a lot of people in HBCU athletics and at HBCUs know that. So that's why they didn't want him to leave, That's why they didn't want him to leave. Yeah, they're like, man, it was just a good thing. That's why they didn't want him to leave. But again, I understand, sometimes you got to get your bread. You got to get your money, man. And I can't tell a black man to do something that I wouldn't do because, again, they offer me that money. I got to go as well. I ain't going to Boulder, Colorado for nothing else than a bag. I'm sorry. I'm not. You know what I mean? So all best wishes to Mr. Deion Sanders for sure. I just feel like he could have handled his departure. He could handle his departure in a more tactful way. It really seems very distasteful when you stun and boasting and coming off the jet and shaking hands and kissing babies, getting your Colorado gear before Jackson State season is even over with. Ride it out with them boys, man. You owe it to them boys to ride it out with them and celebrate with them in the most honorable way. After you've done and after you moved on, after the season over with, then you can post all the pomp and circumstance. That's perfectly fine. But for it to come on your page, I can see if the Colorado Buffaloes posted it, but it came from your page. You posted it before your team is even finished. It's like a slap in the face to them kids because you also told them, hey, y'all staying here. We know everybody ain't staying. We know if anybody comes with him, it's at least 3 of them. Shedeur Sanders, Shiloh Sanders, and Travis Hunter. They coming with him without question, right? And I don't even know. Travis Hunter want to play for Prime, but I know he probably like, damn, I wanted to go to the HBCU experience. I ain't trying to be in Boulder, Colorado, but But hey, he gonna go because he knows he came there for that coach in particular, and Coach Prime has the connections to get him where he wants to go to the next level regardless. But I'm wondering how Travis Hunter is feeling. Damn, I ain't Colorado, bro. Hey man. Hey nah. Hey. No disrespect to Cal. I'm here getting down on Boulder, Colorado so crazy, bro. But yeah, it just ain't a place brothers just running to as a utopia. It just ain't a place we just riding out into the sunset smiling to ride into. We ain't just talking about going to Boulder, Colorado on vacation and stuff. That ain't just what we be. That ain't just our land. That's a school that's a school where we are one and few and far in between. We are a needle in two haystacks in Boulder, Colorado, and at that university. So I know Travis Hunter like, God damn, man. I was just up here with the black fraternities and sororities was getting it cracking, battle of the bands. You feel me? We was eating chicken Wednesday, fish Friday at Jackson State. Now I'm up in here in Boulder, Colorado. It's just, I don't know. But shout out, man. Shout out. It's going to be a different experience for him. But yeah, I just feel like he could have waited a little while after the pomp and circumstance. He could have waited for a little while to indulge in the pomp and circumstance with Colorado, with the Colorado Bus program. He could have waited to post it on his page. I feel like, man, a lot of them kids, when he was talking to them, not the post when he get off the plane, the post before that, a lot of them looked disappointed. You can see in their face. They was clapping, but it was like he telling them, because Coach Prime telling them, y'all, I want TC to be the next coach. Y'all stay with TC. Y'all stay with him. TC lead y'all in the right direction. Y'all be with TC. Y'all keep this thing moving, but I'm gone. I'm out of here. So y'all ride with TC. I'm going to this other position. Don't y'all go nowhere. Stay y'all butts up in here because y'all swag good and not that good. And brother, I'm going to leave this to TC. Hopefully TC get it, but I'm gone. And them kids is looking like, I guess, hey, it's disheartening for them, man. But again, I can never fault that brother for going and go get that money, man. Because I know I would do the same thing, But some people feel like if you're going to do that, like you Deion Primetime Sanders, they feel like don't preach this black utopia and all this and all of that. And pro-black or this pro-black agenda all the way around. If you're going to jump to the next program, to the next program that gives you the biggest bag, don't do that. Don't talk to pro-black talk if you're going to jump at the next opportunity with the biggest bag. They feel like don't do that, And I can understand that, but hey, I can also understand people saying, well, he can talk the pro-black talk because he at least came to the institution and helped it thrive for 3 seasons. He came to the institution, helped it thrive for 3 seasons, put it on the map in a way that it had never been put on the map before, even with all the Hall of Famers coming from Jackson State University. They feel like, hey, he came and did his deed. He increased awareness and so on and so forth. He got people to recognize HBCU football and make it feel important and make them talk about it and make them showcase HBCU football on ESPN. So what more do you want him to do? Some people feel like that. Some people feel like, hey, don't preach this pro-black talk. If you're going to jump at the biggest opportunity to get a bag from the first predominantly white institution that throw you the bread. So, hey, it's a double-edged sword. But my biggest gripe is that don't get on Instagram flexing your decision and flexing and flaunting off the private jet, off the plane. Is that a private jet or just a regular private plane? I don't know the difference, goddammit. I'm just saying it. But don't just come off the private plane, shaking hands, kissing babies, all on your Instagram. Hey, yo, it's Coach Prime. He didn't say that, but that's how he was looking. Coach Prime is in the building. I'm here. Coach Prime. I got Shador, Shallow, and Travis. Travis come with me. Travis, Shador, Shallow, they come with me. Y'all know I did. Y'all know I did. I'll be talking. Shallow, Shador, Travis, they come with me. Rest of y'all, hey, no, nobody care. Now, y'all swag good. Y'all ain't that good. Oh my God, y'all. But yeah, that's the part I didn't really fool with, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.